Hello, this is Brian Resney, President of Resney Wealth Management. I'm bringing you an important update about the economy and the investment markets so you can better understand what we're seeing, not only for the U.S. but around the world. We continue to see improving data sets around the world, not only just in the U.S., but of course in the emerging market economies. I'm going to call this the stealth rally that people continue to doubt. We've talked to just tremendous amounts of investors on our radio show, non-clients of course, and people just very skeptical, sitting on the sidelines for whether it's 12 months, 6 months, or 3 years, basically making zero return on their money. And I think this is a huge mistake. It all goes back to emotional investing. The vast majority of investors are basing their decisions on emotion, or what they believe to be true without any investment strategy at all, and that's going to be a recipe for disaster in this market and in any market for the rest of your life. You've got to have an investment strategy, and it needs to be followed. If you don't, your gut reaction and your emotions are going to always be wrong, in my opinion, and that's been proven in many, many studies in the past. So while you may think that the world's coming to an end, I think what we're seeing not only in the bond market, on the emerging market debt, the high yield bond side, preferreds, and emerging market equities and U.S. equities, we're seeing improved data sets. Investors who are positioned and who are properly invested are, in my opinion, reaping great rewards again this year. I personally believe that this stealth improvement in the GDP growth in our economy is from a lot of pent-up demand from the end consumer. And I believe that a lot of people are going to be shocked by the end of the year on quite how much better the economy actually is than they actually anticipated. The emerging market economies, as I made a comment, are still rolling along. Most emerging market economies are growing GDP growth double to triple almost what the U.S. economy is growing at, and that's obviously very positive. Most investors, though, that when I talk to new potential clients, are greatly underinvested in emerging market and in emerging market debt. The only place to get fixed income is not just bonds. There's many other areas of fixed income which we encompass in our client portfolios, of course. But I think too many investors don't understand international bonds, which are just like U.S. bonds. The only difference is some are paying better yields and have substantially less risk than, let's say, long-term government treasuries. So we do like a lot of the emerging market debt. We still like preferreds. There are a few closed-end and closed-end mutual funds out there that are still attractive to us and that are still in our portfolio. But at the end of the day, the only place to invest is not in a mattress, not in CDs, and certainly not just in government U.S. bonds. If you are looking around the world and you are diversified, I think you can definitely have a chance to increase income. But ultimately, what's going to happen is by making appropriate changes to that portfolio, not based upon, again, emotion, but based upon a real strategy, I think you will be well rewarded. Until Sunday's show, if you have questions as a client, please call our office. If you are a non-client and you want to become a client or talk to our firm, it doesn't hurt to talk to us and get a second opinion. We always like taking on nice people who want to better their situation. Make sure you do listen to Sunday's show. We are planning some great information as always, and if you do have questions and you are a non-client, you can always send us a question through our email site, and all questions would be answered on the radio show, of course. And make sure you do listen to this Sunday show and have yourself an extremely profitable week.